Oh, we're live. What's going on? Shout out
Back at
EST.
it.
What's going on?
Salute, man.
What's
We
going
back
on,
at it,
everybody
man.
out there? We're back at it again. It's the Bull Light channel right now. Bush not gonna be with us tonight, so it's just me and EST. I'm B-Rad. And we're gonna get into it real quick. So, what's going on with you, EST?
Man, thank God it's Friday. It's the weekend. I know everybody
Mhm.
relaxing might be stepping out. You know what I'm saying? Tune in, hit the like button, check us out, man.
Absolutely, definitely like, subscribe, comment, ring that bell, and tell your friends about it too. But yeah, so what do we got going on so far? We got this drone thing is still carrying on, bro. We haven't gotten any real answers about anything from our government. What else is new? They can tell us that it's not dangerous, but they can't tell us what it is. That's odd. I don't know. It just doesn't sound right. Like, how can you tell us that it's not something when you don't know what it is? I don't know.
Man, they know exactly what's going on. And I see it's leaving a trail when it's not like a drone, it's just like a little like with four legs in the body. This you got like like kind of like a rocket trail.
I was gonna say, what is it, like a high-powered drone or something like that? Very well could be.
But even the high powered drones like the one they use in war ain't like
Usually
that.
have the little helicopter things, the little quadcopters.
They got a
But now they got a jet propulsion one.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't seen that, but in New Jersey they got Fort Dix. It's a military base out there. So
yeah, there's another one up north where they've actually been going over. It's not far from me because I'm kind of near the border of Jersey.
There you go. And anytime that shit like that happening and it's not a detriment to the society, then you know it's probably military, and they can't announce we got this shit right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe, but I know, like, so where I am, they've been seeing them here too. I'm in New York, above like Jersey. I'm above North Jersey, so I'm South New York. But I'm not far. I'm like 15, 20 miles from West Point, which is, the most prestigious military academy in the world, basically. It's Army. And apparently they've been up and down the entire Hudson Valley as well. And all the way down, to North Carolina and further, Maryland to North Carolina, and maybe basically the whole Eastern Seaboard has been seeing them now.
Let me tell you,
there were incidents. 17 days. 17 days they were seen in Virginia, and they never got an answer for it. Never found out what it was.
West Point not going to allow no foreign drones to ride past anything they got going on without them knowing what's going on.
No, I don't believe they will. I don't believe they will at all.
Nah.
But we'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, they say 4 weeks, citizens across New Jersey as well as New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut have reported seeing clusters of drone-like objects fly low in the sky night. Yet information remains scarce, even though state officials now say they're seeing the drones firsthand, receive mixed information from federal agents, and push the FBI for answers. Come on, FBI, y'all know about Dirk and all this and Young Thug. What's up with these drones? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know everything else. Shit.
Yeah, definitely. It's like these people, our government's ridiculous. Like, just tell us, be like, look, we know what it is. You're all right. Don't fucking worry about it. We can't talk about it. Bottom line. I'm cool with hearing that. But like being like, we don't know what it is, but don't worry about it. That doesn't make me feel better. Especially with their track record.
That's crazy. And the crazy thing about it is they have real estate property rights to the air. You know what I'm saying? There's certain places you own the property rights to the air. But even where I'm at, I see military, the big helicopters, the cargo drones, fly right over, doom, shake the ground and the house. You know what I'm saying? You go right out there, you see it like, damn, why are they crossing over residential? But look, certain paths are the paths, man.
I see them all the time.
Yeah.
I see them coming down from West Point, taking people back and forth, and then I see Chinooks, the doubles, the big CH-46 or 47s, the big ones, double rotors. I see them going back and forth, the opposite way from east to west.
I seen jets and 3 in uniform, just cruising, and you can hear it way before you see them, and hear them after they gone. So.
Oh yeah,
it make you think like, hold on, what's going on? But one time I was on the highway driving from Burlington back to my hometown, it was a fucking 18-wheeler with a whole military rocket on the back of it. It ain't shit to make it active, but the shell, I was like, whoa, yeah, military is around, man. I mean,
one of the wildest things I ever saw was it was like back in like I guess 1991 was Desert Storm, right?
okay, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. So around there, whatever. Anyway, it just so happened that my house just so happened to be on the flight path from West Point to wherever they were going, probably New York City or somewhere in Jersey. So I remember me and my friend were in the backyard. We were actually like playing like Army and shit, and then something like probably like 40 or 50 helicopters just flew right over us, taking all the young officers that just graduated from West Point down to a place to leave to go to Desert Storm. It was insane. It was because they flew like, I mean, we could see their faces. You know, I mean, they were looking at it, they were waving at us. They were all decked out, ready to rock, like kitted out, guns, and they were all just sitting on the side of the helicopters, just one after another, right over my house. It was insane. It was insane.
It's a
It was
sight
insane.
to see.
It was wild.
It's a sight to see.
And it was
You ain't
all.
never seen it.
It was all, it was at least 50 helicopters. I was like 8, 9 years old, obsessed with the military at that point in time, wanted to be in the Army so bad. And then just watching all these now knowing they're 21, 22-year-old kids, but officers about to go to a war. That's wild.
Why didn't you never enlist?
Because when I did, I went right after 9/11, like 2-3 days afterwards, and I went to the Marines with a friend of mine, and they had no interest in him because he had just dropped out of school, so he had to get a GED. Like, he was a fool. He dropped out of school. Shouldn't have happened. And then they were after me, and they all of a sudden they were like, "Well, you should go to one more semester of college, and you go to OCS." And I was like, "I don't want to go to Officer Candidate School. I'm not, like I was not officer material for sure." I was like, "Nah, I'd just rather just enlist." And then, like, about halfway through it, once they started seeing me how well I did on the pre-ASVABs and how well I did on the physical tests and shit, because they took me out and ran me around. I've been playing lacrosse for years, and soccer and baseball and every fucking sport you can imagine. I played for years. I was in great shape, so that was nothing. Then all of a sudden, they were like on me to sign. This is all in one day, and I was like, "Whoa, hold on!" Because when I first came in here, you barely wanted to fucking sign me up. Now that you see I could do a thing or two, now you're all up my ass. I was like, "Let me think about it." Then I went home. My girlfriend and my mother freaked out on me, so I was like, "I'll think about it." And as it went on, I just never did. Always regretted not going.
With this dude who wanted to be a paratrooper with para something, man. You know what I'm saying?
A jumper, a PJ, for the Air Force.
It was something like that. Yes. No, I don't think it was Air Force.
Or a paratrooper, airborne.
Paratrooper. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Airborne.
He used to walk around with the jacket on and shit, but come to find out he ain't never go. He said something about his knee or some shit. We used to laugh at him.
Yeah.
Hey, but I never wanted to enlist. Salute to anybody who go and do that, man. You got to be.
Absolutely. That's a huge sacrifice. It's serving your country is a huge honor. And it doesn't matter, like, if you were overseas, not overseas, whether you were in combat, not in combat, that just don't matter. Everybody signed up. Everybody agreed to put themselves in harm's way. Whether or not you were there means no different. It's still service. And plus,
you got any comments, man?
I was just about to get to that. I just wanted to say one other thing, that like 80% of our military is, it's like assisted roles. It's not combat people. Like 15% of soldiers see combat. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's fighting the war. It's a very small amount of people who are actually shooting people. The rest are, logistics and support and stuff like that, which is so needed. But yeah, let's get in the comments. Let's see. So we got JJ says, shout out to ESTM Brad. Yep, shout out to you, JJ, for sure.
Salute.
For sure. We got Kim saying, let's go. Kim again, the drones are definitely aliens. People have been saying that, like they wouldn't have green and red running lights on them. But I don't know. I think something about, I believe that like the most UFO sightings in America are from Jersey.
But
I know it sounds crazy, but I heard that somewhere.
Their technology so different. They're not going to be seen in a tail or whatever. I don't think they're using, what is that engine called? Compulsion engine, where it's like
a propulsion, jet propulsion.
Propulsion engine, where it's rocket power basically. I don't think they use no technology.
No, they're not on that.
Go back.
If it's aliens, like they can go somewhere better than Jersey, that's for sure. They can figure something better
You
anywhere,
can have something better
anywhere.
than a rocket propelled engine with gray and red lights on it too. Like, what is this?
Although I did see one that was all black and it was a weird shape and there was no lights on it and it was just cruising past like the sun was down, but it was still a little bit orange in the sky besides the night sky, but you could see stars and you just see this black weird thing just flying by. And it was just the other day. No lights. And it looked weird. It looked like a TIE fighter from like Star Wars.
They out here, man. They out here. But I mean, people paying attention
I
now.
don't think it's an alien. I don't think it's an alien at all. I'm just
I
saying.
don't think it's an alien, man. I don't think
It's crazy that they don't have lights on them. No, I don't think it's aliens. I think it's definitely drones, no doubt, by humans. But the fact that they turn the lights off and shit, especially when people start to record them, like if it's a bunch of people that see these things, they'll just turn the lights off. And it's like,
Trust
whoa,
me, people, how this shit
that's
works.
wild.
If this was something foreign or detriment to your health, they would have been shot them shits out the sky, or would have been something
Exactly.
following them as soon as they pass. Trust me.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be flying.
Exactly.
They know what airbait and what's going on, and what's pinging and what's not pinging, what ain't supposed to be where. So, yeah.
It's probably them like digitally mapping or like RFID mapping fucking state by state by state. You know, like who knows? But if they're not doing anything about it, and if it's still going on, they know what it is. They don't not know what it is.
It could be testing. Let's go from point X, point A to point B, and let's see if it'll make it. It could just be testing. You know what I'm saying? But don't think it ain't drones out here that's surveilling, the perimeter, the whole little shit. Sooner or later, they're gonna release it and let everybody know. Listen, y'all. I don't want it to get to a point where they feel like they have to push a disaster on us to lock down security and let us know, hey, it's drones, it's this, it's that. Nah, just introduce it to us and let us know.
I think they're gonna use that technology in a false flag operation. That's my personal opinion. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think they do something to make us think that there's aliens out there using drone technology, and then once they do that, they just seize all power. And I mean, it sounds like something stupid out of like a movie, but legitimately, like if people said there were aliens out there and that they were a threat, they would give up every last right they have to be protected or to be told they're protected. Yeah. That's all they can do is tell you they can't protect you, and nobody's coming to help you.
But
you've seen it in your home state just the past few months.
The scary thing about it is, in order to achieve that, you have to have a technological show, a ceremony, so people can see. Oh no!
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They gotta like if they're gonna put on some sort of like false flag, like some fake thing, making it look like it's aliens that have come there, and whether they do damage or just do a show of force or just show up and just seeing them, you would know, okay, they can kill us. If they can get here and they can come in and out and do that, like then they can kill us because they have a lot better technology than us. So they obviously have better weapons. So you just know that you're in deep shit. And right then and there, people will give up all rights. You know what I mean? Every last right they have, they'll give it all up. And
they studied
just to be told they're safe.
You ain't gotta do that. When you fucking agree to them terms of service on like Instagram, you're giving away your rights and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No,
we do it every day anyway.
Yeah, like check it out. Like right now, like one of the biggest commodities being traded and sold is data, information on people. But we've just been giving that away, and still to this day, just give it away 50 times a day by clicking shit where we say, okay,
that's facts.
And we're giving away what they're selling. We could be selling it ourselves. We should be marketing our own fucking data.
Check this quote, man. They said anytime you get a product like an app or something and it's free, you're the product. And it took me a minute.
Absolutely.
It took me a minute.
Absolutely.
When they I'm like, oh, so like Google, Facebook, anytime it's free, you're the product, not the app. Like, damn.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. They're never giving you nothing for free. If you get it for free, that means you've already paid for it in some way you can't even imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And it's sick because we program them and teach them. Even if they wanted to replace us with a robot, let's say, you programmed them.
1,000%. exactly.
So we're and then we're all have blood on our hands behind it. But what else we got in the comments?
Well, I was going to say, Black Kingdom, shout out to the panel. We appreciate that. Also
Salute.
says that he thinks the drones are American. He believes the drones are American.
Of course.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I don't think they're foreign. There is talk of them being foreign. There's talks of them being from Iran. That's crazy. If that turns out to be true, that's horrifying. Horrifying. The thought
No
that
way.
Iran can have drones flying around over our shit is crazy.
No way.
But that's what
kick that shit off.
That's what the senator from Jersey is saying. He was told by somebody who's higher up, not government, but like military, which is government, but not a politician. The person's an operator of some sort, or military analyst of some sort. Told him that it's there's an Iranian mothership somewhere off the East Coast, and that's where these drones are coming in and out of. They don't know what they're doing. That's what this guy said. That doesn't mean it's real, but that's what the senator from Jersey said. It's wild. That's a wild statement to make.
That's a wild statement because if that's the case, they got the location. Know where it was off Jersey, and they know where it's at. It wouldn't have never been there in the first place. They blew out water way before it got to Jersey.
Yeah, but it's a thing that nuclear powered. You can't just shoot the shit out the fucking sky a couple miles offshore. That'll destroy, that'll destroy the water.
No, no. I ain't talking about nukes. They got way better.
No. I'm talking about if their drone technology is nuclear powered, not weaponry, just nuclear powered. Like that's,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that because that's how something like these things should be powered. Makes more sense to be nuclear powered, like our submarines. They don't refuel; they stay out for years at a time.
If that is true, then we don't have nobody but the Biden administration who released the millions of billions of dollars to the Iranian administration. And,
well, they've been developing a weapons program for a long time. People say that they haven't gotten to it yet. People think they might have, but they definitely have nuclear weapons. They've bought them from probably Russia. Like Russia had the most nuclear weapons by far in the world. Then they took a bunch away. You know what I mean? Now they only have X amount. I'm sure they sold a handful. I'm sure they did. It's Russia, bro. Especially when the Soviet Union collapsed.
They're developing themselves, so they got the nuclear program. They probably can produce their own.
They do. Yeah. They're like 2 or 3 steps away from weapons grade plutonium and uranium. But they're close. They're getting close. Because
remember that game?
Weapons grade has to be super pure, like super high grade stuff, and they're not quite there yet, but they're getting there apparently.
Remember that game on the computer and shit? It was like war. So you had to stop them. You could tell when they was getting like stage 2 plutonium. I forgot the name of that game, man. That was a good one. It wasn't battle.
I don't remember a game like that. It sounds dope, but I don't specifically remember that game. But it definitely does sound like something I would have played for sure.
And then look, we got some unfortunate news, man. Randy Moss, the legend, he said he was diagnosed with cancer. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Big time
legend. So send some prayers out to the Moss family, Randy Moss himself. This is a tough thing. They caught on. I think they seen his eyes was a different color or something like that.
So he's getting what do they call that? What is it, jaundice?
I think so. I'm not sure, but
I think so.
Put the statement out.
I saw his son got all over. I believe it was Larry Fitzgerald. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I think, but anyway, somebody.
It was Larry Fitzgerald. It was Larry Fitz.
It was, right? Yeah. So Larry Fitz leaked it. He tweeted about it before Randy said anything about it, and Randy told him not to say anything about it to anybody. But he went and made a statement or tweeted about it or some shit, and then Randy Moss's son was pretty pissed off about it and tweeted something about Larry Fitz. That's where I first saw it a couple of days ago. But yeah, it's messed up. It's really sad. I was waiting to see what Randy had to say about it, and finally he came out and said something about it. So now I know it's for real.
Yeah,
wild. It's terrible.
Prayers to the family. Advise people to get on your health tip. Drink more water. Do anything that works against the inflammation. So
drink more water. Yeah,
definitely drink more water.
THC and CBD is absolutely an anti-inflammatory. Bruce
Herbs.
Lee actually Bruce Lee used to ingest and smoke hash because of its anti-inflammation characteristics and properties. So that's
Get on your
definitely a
herb tip,
benefit
but
to
yeah,
it.
send some prayers out to the Moss family. We got anybody else in the comments?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we have World Viral Daily. It says nice, you're alive is dead as fuck, so I came to support the show.
Appreciate it. Hey man, it's
That's messed
Friday.
up.
It's Friday. It's Friday, man. People out doing a little 1-2. Christmas is around the corner. We just here to put some content out. Everybody else reporting on this drone stuff. We here to report, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you tapping in.
Another one from Black Kingsman says we need to be ready. This could be the beginning of an invasion. Well, the only good thing is I don't think that we would ever be invaded because we just have way too much real estate. We got 3,000 miles across and about 15 to 1,800 miles up and down, some points even further. That's the whole point of having America in North America from coast to coast. And the idea of Manifest Destiny is it's coast to coast because nobody can play with us. And even if somebody were to come into California, they're not getting past the Rockies. And if somebody were to come to the East Coast, if they made it past the cities, which they sure as hell wouldn't, but if they did, they'd get wasted and wiped out in the plains. So we're a divisive landmass, and we'll never be invaded that way. At least we'll rot from within before we're ever invaded. That's for sure. In my opinion, that's for sure. But I don't know. Who knows? With technology these days, an invasion doesn't
They
need to
know
be
that.
military.
They know
Doesn't
that.
need to be people.
That whole storm the banks and like this is World War I and you ship some to the coastline and that shit is over with. It has to start from the inside out, or you send something out and then go in. But all that just straight invade and storm the walls, siege the fort shit, they're gonna get you killed. Like you said, the Rock. Could you imagine the Marines off the other side of the Rockies while you're trying to cross that, picking you off? Like,
Yeah,
come on, man. Fuck.
That wouldn't work out too well.
Nah, and especially on the plane. Soon, okay, let's say we do get down this mountain range.
Because there's nothing to hide. You just get wiped out. There's no way to hide in the plains. You're just gonna get wiped out.
Yeah, man. I don't think it's an invasion, but trust and believe these people. If it was, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you.
I agree. He also says that our guns won't affect those things. Absolutely not. Like if they are like they said in their automobile size, whatever gun you might shoot at, it's not gonna do anything to it. You need special equipment to take a drone out.
What do you mean? If
they said some of them are the size of like SUVs and shit. So if you shoot that with a gun, it's not like if you shot an Escalade in the sky, it's not going to fall out of the sky because you shot it with a gun. You know what I mean? You need certain types of equipment to drop large size drones. A little like tiny,
like the Raptor.
Like the drones they're talking about aren't like like your 10-year-old kid's drone that you go out and play with in the backyard. They're not small like that. These things are big ass pieces of equipment. They're large operating pieces of equipment, some as big as SUVs. These things are large. I mean, you have to understand, like, if you see, like, our drones, like Predator drones, like, that's like an airplane. That's like the size of an airplane. You know what I mean? They carry a Hellfire missile. They're huge. And they're not quadcopters. It's got one rotor in the back.
But the thing is, the reason why it's not alien is because it looks like propulsion. It looks like it's in one line going this way, just versus the things we've seen it's zip. It's like some 0 to 100 in a second, and they're going about the coastline. You can barely see.
Yeah, but drones can do that. Drones can do that because the quadcopters can stop and turn 270, rotate, turn backwards,
no, I ain't talking
stop
about
on a dime.
I'm talking about judging off how it's moving in a straight line. That it is like like it's man-made. It's like it's not nothing extraterrestrial. It looks man-made. It looks boxy. In one motion, one angle is moving. I mean, it's a sight to see when I'm looking at it now. It's like it's a white box looking like it's propulsion, but a tail on it. But man, we've seen this so many times, man. Especially the shit that happened in Las Vegas.
Oh,
You know,
what, with the shooter? You mean with the Vegas shooter?
nah, not the Vegas shooter.
Oh, because I was going to say that was never mentioned again. Really, like people
The
stopped talking
alien.
about that after a few days.
When the alien dropped down in them people's backyard and they was recording it. But
Oh yeah.
this photo.
I don't mean to laugh like that, but like, yeah, that situation was kind of crazy. Like, I still don't know what to think about that to this day. And I've seen interviews. I've seen interviews later down the line with like the kid from the family, and apparently,
never,
like that, he regrets putting it on the internet. Apparently,
but I think that Vegas
maintains
shit,
it's
like,
real. Maintains it's real. He says it's real, but he says he regrets putting it on the internet because they've been harassed ever since. Weird people showing up.
Yeah, they're gonna make it hard for you.
Sure.
That's it. We ain't got nobody else in the comments.
Oh no, we got a bunch of comments. We're going through them. But
see if they pop up on the screen.
Well, oh yeah, that's right. Well, here, Black Kingsman wanted to let me know that that my audio sucks and it's fucking up the show. I apologize if that's the case. Sounds good to you, right, E? Can you hear me?
You said what?
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Kim says EST says you're quiet today, right? shout out to Kim.
Shout out to Kim, man.
All right, Deepest Squad Contracting says would it be more fucked up or less fucked up if we met aliens and they looked human? Like, would you think it would be more messed up if they were just regular humans that walked off a UFO, or would it be less messed up? What do you think?
It'd probably be more fucked up because then it's like, so then hold on, what was this going on the whole time? Versus it being something weird and you like, oh, we ain't never seen this before.
Yeah, shout out Deepest Squad. Shout out Deepest Squad Contractor for that question, because that's a solid question.
What they say?
That was the one, would it be more or less messed up if they looked human? And you were saying it'd be pretty messed up if they did, because think about immediately that implies that we don't know how long they've been here, if they've ever been here, if they've been among us the whole time. Like, that will really mess with people's heads. They'd be like, oh my God, are they us from another time? Like, what's the reality? We would never really trust them either because they're human, and like, that's a dangerous animal right there. That's another thing too.
More advanced.
That's so scary, meeting humans that are just, meeting humans from like 20, 30,000 years technologically advanced more than us. That is frightening, because they'll kill us. They'll just kill us or enslave us or just look awful to us. They'll just look really terrible to us for sure.
Man, fuck, they gotta run that fade, man. What else we got in the comment?
You gonna run fade with the alien humans?
Hey, you ain't about to kill me on my knees while I'm quivering. Run the fade and kill me that way.
No, facts. But I just feel like they were just like poison us with like an aerosol. We wouldn't even know about it. I don't know. I just feel like they would just do some really awful shit to us. What else we got? We still got one from we got Kim.
See if it pop up on the screen.
Yeah, she's responding to Deepest Squad Contract and says that she thinks aliens are friendly.
I ain't never seen it spelled like that neither. Alien.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an autocorrect.
That's definitely an autocorrect one right there. Hey, okay. I think the aliens are friendly. Hey.
Well, they get into a conversation about it, so let's see where that conversation goes. Because Bill from Deepest Squad Contracting, that's my homeboy, Bill. Shout out, Bill. He asked why she would think that. He asked why she would think that, and because Kim thinks no, we got a few more, but Kim comes back and thinks it's because they're of higher intelligence. What do you think about that?
Why would it?
What do you think about that, A?
I think it's a group of them that's been here since the older time that are friendly, and ones that are friendly and work in the shadows, and the ones that's work in the shadows also that's not in our interest. And behind the scenes and out in the open is us who play the part and do the play to see what works out. and we have friends that are allies that are alien and ones that are not. And I personally, that's what's going on in Antarctica with the treaties and
Okay.
why is everybody down there? And, and have an agreement not to have a warfare here. And why is it a gold statue of Stalin here? I'm thinking like it's something going on. But we have friends and enemies on both sides. This is a warfare. As above, so below, right?
I mean, I can't disagree with anything you said. This is a subject man. So I've been paying attention. I've literally been like researching this subject since the internet began. I guess in like the early '90s was when I first found out about the internet, and I've just been into this kind of stuff on it forever. So like, I think almost anything is possible, and I know that sounds broad and general and weak, but I've heard so many theories and researched so many theories and believed so many different things from time to time throughout the years that I think any of it's really possible. I mean, there could be one type of aliens, there could be 7 races of aliens, there could be 20 types, there could be good ones, bad ones, indifferent ones. I don't think intelligence is an excuse to say that they would be, magnanimous or not dangerous. To be honest, I think just because you're intelligent doesn't mean you can't be hyper dangerous like humans are. We're intelligent, but we're also extremely dangerous. Just because you're
But the question is,
super intelligent doesn't mean that you've gone past war.
This is something to think about. If you take an ant and put it in a shoebox, does the ant know that you put it in a shoebox? And you can open it and look down on it. Does the ant know that you're opening it and look? Okay. So what makes
because that's fourth. No, but that's the fourth dimension though. That means that's a whole different concept because you're in the fourth dimension. It can't see you. You're too broad and too big.
Right.
It's 3 dimensions is the box. You're the fourth dimension above the box.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand when you talk about dimensions. Like what? Like a whole different. No, it's like no. It's just a different. It's a different phase of existence within. Within.
And each one, like you said,
I don't know how to explain it better.
Like the fourth is being able to open it and look through it, right?
Yes.
And then it doesn't stop there. You got 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you got the 5. It's just over bigger. It was a really good example of it. Was in the movie Men in Black, right? At the end of that movie, they zoom out of the world, right? And then you see the Milky Way galaxy, and then it goes out. Then you see like that's just a part of a bigger galaxy, and then it keeps zooming out, and that's a marble. And there's a bunch of other marbles around it. It zooms out. There's a big alien playing with all those marbles. Well, our galaxy and a bunch of other galaxies were in one of those marbles. He's got a whole bunch of them, clears them, puts them in a bag, and leaves. And then it keeps zooming out. And it's just like there's so many different perspectives that it could possibly be, which would just be more dimensions, which we would never be able to see. Like we could be in a drop of water, like falling in another planet somewhere. Our entire galaxy could be in a drop of water, falling in another planet somewhere, for all we know. For all we know,
we'll never be able to. But if they're super intelligent, like they're stating in the comments, my thing is they're playing and observing from an area that you wouldn't even, you can't even fathom because we can barely see 3D. So imagine if a 6-dimensional alien coming, it's like he could just imagine the tricks and trade. Like okay, for example, the Tesseract is a good example of the fourth dimension. You see the Tesseract angle, the box within the box.
Sure.
Have you seen? Yeah, I think that's like fourth dimensional, and that's just 4. Now imagine the 5, 6, 7, because you can't even fathom how you get a box that can come out itself and go in itself. Like it gets crazy. It gets crazy.
Yeah, that gets into the quantum realm too, because you're getting smaller as well. That's the whole Marvel aspect is where that's going, and it's it's wild. Like you can't fathom these things after a certain amount of time.
You seen that movie Interstellar?
Yeah, sure.
You remember at the end when he passed and he went through that little Tesseract, the cube with all the lines in it and shit? I felt like that was a good representation. Was it intelligence and wisdom or ethics are related though? Intelligence and wisdom. Yeah.
He's saying in intelligence and ethics, they're not related, and wisdom and all those things, none of them are related. Just because you're smart doesn't mean you're good.
Right. But that's being a champion. I feel like the technology we get the more primitive, the more technology you have. I feel like the more you get, the more technology like nowadays you get, the more degraded you go down the curve, man. This shit ain't making us smarter. We don't know how to harness the elements. That's primitive
It
as
can
fuck.
technology can make you lazy for sure.
Yeah, it's made us lazy.
And it can make you indifferent. It can make you not care. Like people right now are well aware that their cell phones are using elements and rare earth minerals that are being gotten through slave labor, you know, or exploitive ways at the least, at the very least. And people know that, don't care. Keep buying these cell phones every year. Don't give a fuck. I mean, really don't care. And just keep buying new phones every year.
An interview where Charles Manson, and stay with me, but Charles Manson, they was doing an interview with him, and he was talking to the security guard. He said, "Oh, that's a nice gold ring you got." He was like, "How long would it take you to pay for that ring?" He was like, probably 2 months' salary." He was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Stupid motherfucker don't know he's subjugating his own people in Africa with that gold." I said, "Oh shit."
Oh my god.
He said, "You know what I do if I find some gold?"
Cold.
He said, "If I find some gold, I stick it back in the earth." I said, "Goodness gracious." They don't know where it's coming from. That cobalt in your phone, you wouldn't fathom where it's coming from.
That's the thing. I know where it's coming from. It's coming from a mine, and it's coming from people who are getting paid like less than $1 a day. They don't have any option other than that. They have kids doing it. They have women doing it with babies on their backs, and these people are wearing no protective equipment whatsoever. It's not good, man. It's super exploitative.
Francis Ngannou, you know him, the MMA fighter.
Francis Ngannou, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's how he got so big.
In a sand mine. Now, man, he said he was 13 years old, man.
Working with men.
And that's an everyday reality. And they don't know to mine these materials so we can put it in a phone with some bullshit and walk around here with it. You know what I'm saying? He got paid 13 cents that day.
Yep. How many old phones you got in your crib?
How many what?
Old phones that you don't use, or broken phones that are just sitting in your crib?
Well, I got a recycling company, so motherboards, that's money. So I don't keep none of that shit. I break it down, the whole little shit.
Smart. Average person probably has about 5 or 6 phones in their house, though.
I mean, people buy that shit off of you. They buy e-waste, and trust me, it's crazy, man. You seen India? They got the e-waste. That's where all the electronic waste go. The old everything, old Dell computers.
Sure.
They go to India.
Sure.
And that shit is a hazardous. That's why them electric cars gonna be a hazard when it comes time to dispose.
I would be worried though, well, I have phones, decent phones where I've smashed a screen on it, but I'd be worried to donate or give that to somebody because there's information of mine in those phones.
You can clear it, but it's only so much you can do to it. That's why I just open it up.
I can't do shit to it. The screens are shattered.
Hey, snatch that motherboard out, get that copper, clear that motherboard out because it's silver and gold on that motherfucker. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of rare earth. There's minerals. There's rare earth minerals, rare earth elements. There's precious metals in there, and we get this shit. We knowingly get this shit through companies who, at some point, are buying it from awful places, and they're bad for the environment. Awful, clear cutting the Amazon to do this type of shit. It's all bad. It's all bad. And people knowingly buy it and do it every day and don't give a fuck.
What the people saying?
It's just one of the bad things.
They said they scared. Don't be scared now, Kim.
Yeah, no, Kim actually agrees with Diva Squad contracting, and he comments, and it's the first time somebody on the internet's actually agreed with him. Shout out Diva Squad.
Appreciate that. Now you're not alone. Trust me, you're not alone. We've been, they can only silence it for so long. This is the age of 2024. I feel like all this truth came out, especially with the debriefing of the aliens. Okay, don't be scared. Aliens don't exist.
Yep.
I think they do.
Shout out Kim on this one. You want to read this one for us, Z?
If Trump was in office, we would know that was a drone. Okay, yeah, we would know those drones are. Yeah,
that's very. I feel like that's very true. I feel like it would have been handled already.
He would have said it so casually, like, yeah, such and such is flying drones. You know, or he military wise, he would have been in control enough to. He would have never allowed that to happen.
I agree. I don't think it would have happened in the first place, but whatever. We'll just have to see what happens when he gets here. Steve Squall contracting against his. He will be soon. He'll let us know if the aliens are real.
Looking so forward to it. Hit the ground running. Let us know. I hope he hit boom, 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 boom. But hey, JFK, leak these files with the deportation. Just hit Trump. Just hit the ground running, man. I'm watching this shit like a sports team.
I'm heavily invested into it emotionally, at least. But I think the first thing he does, the first 7 minutes in office, is he signs that deal to start mass deportation, and people's heads are going to explode over it. But
that's already in motion. And
that's what I'm saying. But he's just got to pencil it in officially as the president. So I'm saying it first 5 minutes in, get that going. Send that off immediately.
Yeah, and it's the thing though. They're not waiting until he get penciled. I know you know, but they're not waiting until he get penciled in, because then you're still behind the ball. That's why Tom Homan going around and he's taking notes. Anybody who's not being cooperative, and New York wasn't the ones that was too cooperative. I think they had got on the ball ever since then, because they've been knocking down those tents and shit. So, and they stopped the funding with the WIC and the housing and shit. So people starting to get on ball. So as soon as he gets signed in, let's go. Mass. We're talking over 400, 500,000. Without an eye blink.
Yeah. That's good. Things are going to change. Things are going to change for sure. And but a lot of people are complaining about it. A lot of people are vowing to not allow that shit to happen in their state. I'm talking about governors and shit are saying that they're not going to allow that to happen in their city. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to see any civil strife of any kind, any kind of social upheaval in America. I don't want to see that shit at all.
But if you're not legally here, there's not civil in the first place.
Oh no, I'm not. I agree. No, I'm talking about American citizens going out and fucking burning buildings and shit, rioting and going crazy over this. Or the National Guard getting called in because a city like Denver won't give up the, whatever. Because I think one of their people out there in Colorado was saying they're not going to let it happen.
All the foreigners here, I wish they would just have an uproar when, we get politically hacked or a balloon is flying over in our country. Where's our sympathy? Or the economy is crazy and we taking the bearing of it. What's going on?
Or we're paying for almost all of NATO. We're paying for all of NATO, yet it protects the world, basically, or tons of countries in the world. And none of them are paying for it, and we are.
NATO
what the fuck is that?
They be there, but when they kick off, they really get the hell on somewhere. Them white helmets, man, is you crazy?
Yeah, bugging. You're bugging. The light blue ones are bad enough. The blue ones from the UN, those are bad enough, but the white ones are what the hell are you doing?
What is this, a sniper's dream? What the fuck is this? You got a blue or a white helmet on, you might as well just paint a fucking target on you.
You wouldn't catch me dead in either of those. No fucking way.
No way. It'd look just like the earth or the things around me. It would never be white.
But they're supposed to be peacekeepers. The guns are kind of for a show of force instead of
the Taliban don't even know what that means.
Being outright. No shit. I love the rules of war. It's the rules of war is whoever wins, and whoever doesn't dies horribly and most likely painfully. That's the facts. But
they talking about what they talking about in the section, man. Y'all hit that too.
Definitely like and subscribe, everybody. City will be soon. Let us know if the aliens are real. We have another question. Let's see.
If we meet aliens, would it be fucked up or okay?
We already seen that one. Maybe human aliens.
Maybe.
Maybe they are hot. Does good and evil apply?
So
All right, let's see. Kim agrees with you. She says you're right. EST, there's definitely something going on. Yeah,
yeah,
no
facts.
doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Does good and evil apply to aliens? That's the question. That is a huge question. It is.
Okay, well, look,
that's my man Bill right there. He stays fucking people up with them questions.
I heard that basically, I came across that you interacting itself, you being so far advanced, is breaking the laws right there, and that's not a good thing. I'm saying, if you were so much advanced, you wouldn't reveal that on a race or a creature, things that don't know what a fucking galactical alien is, and you'll freak out, you'll be a god, and you just don't interact and fuck with it. That's immoral right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The good thing is though, like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now you good, but it's like it's case study in this perfect example, the Hebrew Bible, the Elam and the Nephilim, first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
The angels came to mate with the daughters of men, and it was frowned upon, which led on to the flood. David versus Goliath, huh? People don't want to believe in it, but they believe David and Goliath. Goliath was a big giant. What you could say, alien?
Yeah.
So shit.
Well, right, half an alien. Their mothers were human, but their fathers were gods or aliens.
Right.
Or angels, depending on the context. Who knows? Because it's a big conversation now about whether or not it's like angels and demons that we're seeing, and that we take them as aliens and UFOs and shit because we just can't understand any better. Just like people back in biblical times didn't understand that these were beings. They thought they were gods. You know what I mean? So like, just because we can see it doesn't mean we understand it. We can interpret it properly. So people have been talking about it could be potentially malevolent and positive forces, the angels and demons, if you will. Jinn, which are like trickster, like ghosts or like demon type things, in like the Asian cultures. They believe heavily in jinn. Anyway, yeah, who knows? So that begs the question: does evil apply to them? Does good and evil apply to aliens? And that's a really good question, because if it does, oh boy, they can inflict some. If they can get here from another world, they can inflict some serious damage upon us, and we couldn't do shit to stop them. I guarantee that.
Anytime you have contact, that's immoral, because that for you being so smart, and especially if you had that kind of technology, the people don't know what's going on. So that just be in contact is to scare them and cause uproar. You would do it a whole different kind of way. But yeah, I don't think it applies to the ones who want to be seen. I don't think it applies to them. But then again, you never know, because it could be a benefit to come to let us know some shit.
Maybe. They could definitely they could inform us of something. Like they could be on some real otherworldly type shit where they come and help us for no reason other than just to be good. They could come in here and try to say that they're going to help us and try to exploit us, for some sort of natural resource that we have that they don't have anymore.
It could have been here and broke all DNAs, and there's different people, the different races and different cultures. This is what you see now, the offspring of that. That could be.
Look, we could have been put here. We could have been put here, and they can come back and harvest us tomorrow if they want. Now, that's a terrifying idea, but I mean, it's possible.
But I don't want people to get in the uproar because of the drones and try to connect it. Man, it's just
no. Drones aren't aliens. Drones are drones. Aliens are aliens. If they were aliens, we wouldn't know about it. not like we do now. You know what I mean? These videos, they have red and green operating lights on them, but the lights go off when people start videotaping them, or when people gather around and you can see them and they're operating. Then they just go dark, and then they disappear at high speeds when they get chased off by helicopters. So they're drones. They're human operated or computer operated drones for sure. I doubt that they're aliens. I can't say for sure. I apologize, but I doubt that they're aliens. But we started discussing aliens now at this point.
yeah. We done got off track. Hey, who else in the comments?
We got Project 2025. Project 2025 says, yeah, aliens are real, no doubt. Don't put any shit like that on my head right now.
Everybody going crazy over that Project 2025 shit.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, shout out Project 2025, not the project, the person. We got Kizzy Montgomery saying this is crazy stuff. Says she loves it. Damn. We got a lot of comments going on here. They just keep going.
Appreciate y'all, man. It's Friday. It's the weekend, man. We just had to come and touch base with the people. We ain't gonna be too long today. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
We gotta say a little prayer for the Moss family, though, man. Keep his prayers, and he fighting cancer right now. Hopefully, he can come out on the other end stronger. You know. And y'all go check out that other episode. You know, Bush put out. You know, the 100 show he was on last night. It was a great show. Talk about Papoose and Remy. Y'all go check that out and then go to the 100 show and check that out too. Bush on there. Show support. What you got, B-Rap?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm skimming to the comments and they're just kind of going back and forth amongst themselves. It just keeps going. There's a couple of funny things in there, but it's not really something that we. I don't know. There's a couple of things that are written that I don't want to say.
Go through the catalog. Go through the catalog. And
absolutely.
We got the aliens and conspiracy talks on there. It ain't do too good. It's on there.
Yeah, no, we have a couple. We have a couple that were about conspiracies, a couple about aliens, Plum Island, a couple other ones. And yeah, like you said, at the time it didn't do so well, but check them out. I mean, the content was fire. I liked it. I liked the episodes. I've rewatched them. I think they were decent. And we had some good information. It's not the typical boring stuff you hear every day, because I've been hearing that stuff like I see memes about this and stuff and like videos and reels about this where it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, like when I was 12 years old telling my friends about this stuff, they used to make fun of me. Now they're like 40 and they're coming to me and they're asking me about like, you know, what do you know about this, this, and this? It's like, I told you guys years ago.
Oh, there was a black dude, right? I seen that meme. It was a black dude, right?
Yeah, there's been a few of them because that's a very real thing. Like I've been telling people about this for years and they're like, you're a psycho. And now I have people that want to talk to me about it. I'm like, where you been? Where you like? They're telling me about things, and I'm like, "Yo, that's old. Said, that happened in 1993. What are you talking about?"
He's talking to people in my 30s who, you know, now they want to know about this. When you called me a geek weirdo, I always kept it to myself, but I was multifaceted. Yep. I could, you know, but I know certain people don't give a fuck about it, but they elevated mine in a sense. Like we did, like people go check out the Anunnaki and Nibiru episode.
Yes, yeah, the Anunnaki and the Nibiru. For sure.
Go check that out.
And that gets into all Planet X. That gets Nibiru is Planet X, which I mean, I don't know. I read it all the time. I don't know I don't know if it's just bullshit headlines, but they say all the time like that they've proven that there is another planet out there, and it comes around like every like 2,500 years or something like that. And that would be Nibiru. That would match what's written about it, or what's supposedly written about it, that it comes around only so often. And it would be like the dark planet, basically, you know, Planet X. And the concept isn't really wild. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
We touched on
I did research on it, though. Yeah, we've spoken on it before. I'm not saying my description right here makes sense. I'm saying the information that's out there on it. There's a lot. And they've been talking about it for a long time. There's nothing new. All this stuff that we talk about, anything you watch in these conspiracy shows, these alien shows, like the videos and the stuff, like we've watched this happen in real time over the years. Like I remember when certain things happened, and remember seeing the videos shortly after it happened for the first time. And now people talk about it. I'm like, oh, did you know about this? It's like, yeah, I remember when it happened.
I'm OG, man.
Yeah, I've been at this for a minute.
I come through Project Camelot. That's who put me on. That got to be at least, goodness gracious, that was a long time ago, man. Long.
I mean, literally, I remember being in a computer lab in like my freshman year of high school in like 1996, and like, you know, using like Alta Vista search engine to like search for like Bigfoot stories and UFO stories and ghost stories, and like that's where I read about like Rendlesham Air Force Base in England. Like, I mean, I can't even remember. Like that's the other thing. Right now, we don't even use websites anymore. Everything is apps. Like we used to just only use websites. And I can't even think about any of the ones that we used to use now. But Yeah, there were like very specific ones that I would go to. Like I remember seeing the Bob Lazar video for the first time, like in the early '90s, like or like the mid '90s when it came out. I think in the late '80s or the early '90s. I saw it in like '96 for the first time on the internet, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's wild!" So like, I remember the first time I saw Bob Lazar on Joe Rogan, and they played clips from that video, and I was like, "Yo, I see that. I remember seeing that. Like that's crazy." You know, so
that's what we trying to tell Bush too, man. That's why we trying to put him on that the Obama deception, because 10, 15 years from now, motherfuckers will be like, yo, yeah, seen that. I was trying to tell him through the Obama deception to go watch this. Everybody go watch.
You know, a lot of people just aren't ready to hear the things that are available to them at this point.
Ignorance is bliss.
You know what I'm
saying? And once you know, it trust me,
you can't go back.
Uphill. It's no uphill from there. It's really downhill. So it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, you pick up speed too. it's like working like re-entry. But
yeah, man. But y'all like and subscribe, man. We about to get up out of here.
Definitely, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat tonight, especially my boy Bill, Diva Squad Contract. Shout out to you.
Appreciate you coming.
It was Kim as well. Definitely, everybody basically in the chat was great tonight. We appreciate it. Bush, we missed you tonight. Hopefully, he'll be back with us tomorrow. Nothing going on. He's just a little busy. He's got some family stuff, so he's all good.
Yeah, I'll go to that new episode, that other content he put out before this live. Go check out the videos. Like the videos.
Absolutely. Check out also go like and subscribe to It's a Wobbler. That's EST's channel. He's got some fire content on there. He's got some videos out there right now ripping it up in the charts. So keep an eye on that for sure. So that's an up and coming soon to be upgraded to a shooting star, potentially a unknown drone. He is rocketing across the sky in an unknown capacity, and we like it. So shout out to UEST doing big things. Again, shout out to Bush. He's not here. He'll be back tomorrow or the next day whenever we're back again. Salute to everybody in the chat, all the bulls out there. Everybody subscribe, like, subscribe. Give us a hand here. We're just trying to get things going better. Please. And let us know what you want to talk about, folks. And we'll always get into it. All right. Everybody be safe. Take care. And we will see you again soon.
Bet.
Salute. Peace.